Hey folks, this is Vincent Adderley with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Ultimate Zombie Defense 2. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about 15 bucks or so. When I stress early access, that means everything that you're about to see is subject to change. This is a first-person defense shooter game similar to the old style Call of Duty Zombies mode that was introduced a long time ago. And of course, this is a sequel to another game, Ultimate Zombie Defense, but I believe that one was a top-down viewpoint, whereas this one is a first-person viewpoint. I could be wrong about that. It's been a while, and a lot of these zombie defense games tend to run together. And this is a roguelite in the sense that you're going to go on a run, either solo or co-op with up to 3 other people, and you're going to level up your profile, and with those points, you're going to put points into a skill tree in order to make your next run hopefully easier. Now, before we get started, it's worth mentioning I had a lot of technical issues with this game. First and foremost, the screen resolution that I set kept resetting back to my monitor's default resolution, so the window kept resizing on me. Super annoying. Another thing is I kept trying to get Idly into my co-op game. She could invite me to her game and I connected, but I couldn't invite her to my game. It wouldn't, for whatever reason, take. So we were having to quit the game, restart it, and there was some technical hiccup there. So a lot of the behind the scenes stuff seems to be a bit broken. Also, I had to put my resolution and graphic settings on the lowest possible in order to get the game to actually run. I had it on high settings by default, and my frames per second was like, I don't know. I was just lagging all over the place. It was not a fun experience. So expect some really bad graphical models here. So anyway, as is typical of a game like this, it's waves. The game is broken up into waves. And similar to the Call of Duty zombie mode, there are guns on the wall that you can buy, and that will allow you to face these zombies, and because the waves get harder and harder as you continue playing. And on top of that, in between each wave, there's a build mode where you can put down turrets and spike traps and all sorts of cool things. And that's the part I really like about this. And the other side of it is you can even put points into it's like a PDA of sorts, and you'll be able to put points into like improved turret attack power or whatever, improved turret ammo, whatever. So there's 2 ways to upgrade. There's putting the traps down, and then there's the other side of it where you're actually upgrading points into your PDA to make things better. And ultimately, you're just trying to survive for as long as you can. And I will say, Killing Floor 2, this is not. Then again, Killing Floor 2 is older and is still $30, and I can't get it to work for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but graphically, it just crashes on me every time. So, I like this game because it is a roguelite, and the progression may keep me playing. However, I don't feel a sense of satisfaction with the gunplay. It's just not as satisfying. In Killing Floor 2, when you're shooting something, you can see the limbs fly off or whatever, the blood. It's very graphical. It's lifelike, it's satisfying. The pops of the gun is satisfying. The gunplay in this is just not satisfying at all. And there's no feedback. When I'm shooting something, I don't feel like I hit anything. It's just there are games where when you shoot something, you can feel it, when you hit something. And then there are games where you just shoot something and the crosshair might light up a little bit, but that's about it. Also, there's no jump. In a first-person shooter game, there's no jump. I believe there's a crouch, I think.
There's no crouch.
There's no crouch, are you sure?
No, I'm pretty sure there's
Okay,
no
I could have
crouch.
sworn I rebound that. I could be wrong. Anyway, but yeah, there's no jump button. So I got to a point where I was putting down barricades thinking I could jump over them, and I walled myself in, so I had to sell things, just to get out. It's stupid. How can you create a first-person shooter game and not allow them to jump? That's a standard thing. I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand that. Anyway, I talked for too long again. I typically do this. Ida Lee, what are your opinions on this so far?
There is a melee,
Oh,
so
there's a melee.
there's
Wow.
a
Oh,
melee.
well, there you go. Game
Um,
of the year. Yes.
this game, I want to like it, I really do, but I just don't. Like you said, the gunplay is so unsatisfying. There's a game called no, Band of Defenders, and it reminded me of that, where the gunplay is not satisfying, but something about that game is actually more enjoyable than this one. I think it's the zombies come in from way too many places. There's almost no point in building defenses because the map is so large that if you find one chokehold, then or one choke point, then that's kind of where you gotta stay until you can't stay anymore, until they kill you off. But the map is just way too large, and if it was just as big, where enemies don't spawn from everywhere, like if enemies spawn maybe in one or two, three places, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But they come in from every single opening, and they come in from every opening off the bat, and it doesn't actually, there's no sense of progression there, and so the game just throws you in. And it's so, I don't know. It's really flimsy, this
Right.
game to
And
me.
and that yeah, like you said, that's one thing I agree with is that like you said, there are way too many entry points for the zombies. So yeah, you open up a new area. Oh look, I opened up a new area and made the map bigger, but now they're spawning from this side. So like
Yeah.
I would have preferred it to where there were a couple of set spawn points, kind of like in Orcs Must Die, where there's
Hmm.
always like 3 or 4 places they can come in. But as I open up the map backward from those spawn points, I have more room to put traps down in a particular direction. Whereas here, it's like I can't place my turrets anywhere because no matter where I put them, zombies are going to come in from behind. There's like nowhere to put them that's safe. And like I don't know, I don't like that design to be honest with you. I really
Yeah.
didn't like it.
And then there's this whole challenge mode that was just shown on the video, that you're teleported into this whole different world. It's like, what? Like, it just kind of takes you out of it. Like, you just spent all this stuff building bases and turrets, and then challenge mode, we're expecting just a bunch of tough enemies or something, but not to be teleported. It's like,
Yeah,
okay.
all those defenses I put down, they mean nothing in that challenge area. And the game didn't really tell you that either. It was just, do you want to do challenge? I mean, I guess just to see what it is. Oh, I just got teleported now, and all of my defenses didn't come with me. So yeah, let's
Hmm.
just yeah. Had I known that, I would have brought a better gun or ammo or whatever.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's just there's just a lot of things about this game that need to be improved.
Yeah, things are so expensive too. Like, I feel like you're really put in a box because you kind of have to choose. Do you want to uh, spend your money on these perk machines that they give you in the levels, or do you want to build up your base? And either way, you're kind of screwed, honestly.
Hmm. And that's probably where the roguelite comes in. I guess the game expects you to fail in that regard because
True.
you can
Mhm.
improve better. That's the game's only saving grace is this roguelite perk skill tree.
Yeah.
If it did not have one, I would have just tossed this aside. Me, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
But the roguelite aspect, it's the only reason I would come back to this. But I agree. Like, there's really no way to build an area that you can potentially defend because you can't get any. I mean, you could wall yourself in, but then you can't jump over if you need to get out. It
Yeah.
sucks. So yeah, so there's really no way to really defend yourself in this game, and I think that's a shame.
Hmm.
So, all in all, not a bad game. It's okay, but I feel like it needs more technical work behind the scenes. And from a design point, I think they need to tone it down or introduce difficulty modes so that
Hmm.
I can play it a bit more casually. But
Hmm.
that's just me. Any final thoughts?
I probably preferred the first one, to be honest.
Okay.
I like the top-down view as opposed to the first-person view.
Okay.
But yeah, personal preference, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All
Mhm.
right. Well, this is Vincent Adderley. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. Take care.
Bye, guys.